Good morning, afternoon, and evening, VDC Nation. We have another wonderful game, or a couple of games here for you tonight. We have MF and OS Apprentice facing off. Today on the desk with me, we have a lot of friends. I have Aki and Queen Bee. How are you ladies doing? Hey, hi.
Hello! Hello, VDC Nation. It is good to be back at the desk. I'm really excited for the matches we've got going on tonight, and I'm looking forward to what these teams bring to the table.
Hello, hello, hello. I'm very excited to see this match, especially as it does have playoff implications. So very exciting to see both OS and MF on the field, especially OS. I feel like this is their shining moment to get into it. And as we do, Aki and Sonder, it looks like we've already got some map bans underway.
Map banners. We see Lotus, Breeze, Split, and Ascent taken out of the pool, which means we are playing Bind and Icebox. MF picking defense on Bind, and OS choosing defense on Icebox. Any thoughts about those picks? Any ban thoughts? I mean, seems pretty typical, no?
Yeah, there's nothing that is sticking out at me. I think a lot of these map bans are fairly expected from both teams, and both picks are also to be expected. I think both teams elected to choose defense on the other maps that they were selected, which is interesting as well.
I mean, I think Bind is typically favored to be defense-sided. I'm not quite sure about Icebox because I'm too blindsided by my hate for it. Regardless, I'm sure both of these teams will put out some great gameplay for us to watch and yap over tonight. I think, unless we have any more thoughts, we might be trying to get straight into map 1 of Bind.
Alrighty.
As we get into this match day here, Bind and Icebox here, looking at these two teams, OS, MF, we both have full rosters, not a sub in sight, correct?
As far as I believe, yep.
We're going to see a full-on 5v5 match between the MF and the OS gamers. Thinking about the L7 Gamba as well as the people in the chat, this is a match where some people are torn, some people are OS lovers, and some people are MF lovers. I'm excited to see. Who do you think are going to be the standout players today, Aki and Sonder?
I don't know. I mean, I believe Royal, this is the first game back after a week of being out of power. So I'll be looking forward to seeing what antics he gets up to tonight for sure. It's really exciting. It's always an exciting matchup to see both teams have their full rosters in general. I am very excited to see what they pull out of their hats.
I mean, you know, me personally, big drag fan. I'm hoping to see some funny chamber, maybe some funny duelists, some Reyna. I don't think drag plays Reyna on either of those maps, but you know, I'm hoping to see some funny on the side of OS. Drisk is a sensible player, but he's kind of cracked, so I'm hoping to see some funny things from that side of the board. Otherwise, I don't really know. I'm Royal, obviously a fragger for MF. Legend X, I think the fragger for OS as well, but I don't pay attention too much to the Apprentice tier, unfortunately.
I was going to say definitely Legend X, but I can definitely hear TK already watching this back, giving us the side eye for saying that without recognizing his efforts on the battlefield. I can already feel it coming on, but definitely very excited to see these OS players as well as these MF players. And it looks like we're getting straight into Agent Select here.
We are getting straight into Agent Select and then straight out of it once more. Little mistake.
Be a real VDC stream. But no, I'm excited then to get onto the right map, get these players right on their toes, keep them warm with, especially with MF Royal being without power. Their team hasn't had an opportunity to be able to play as a core five, whereas OS I can see is definitely not only had their match days, but definitely has had opportunities to get together. So it'll be a definite show match here of team synergy, but also just excitement as we get into these first two maps here.
Yeah, absolutely. As an Apprentice player myself, I actually went against OS a few days ago, and they're definitely a tough team. For sure, they give us a run for our money for sure. So, and not to discredit MF, they're very strong. They're both really up there. So I'm just really excited to see what they do.
And currently, OS does sit as number one in Apprentice tier, making sure that they're trying to win as many maps as possible tonight to be able to continue holding that first place. I think they're going to hold it and so that they can guarantee a bye, meaning they don't have to play a quarterfinal. They go straight to semis. Whereas MF here is looking for a straight 2-0, essentially, to kind of solidify their spot in playoffs. If they do get 0-2'd here, it will make for a harder match day. Going forward into Wednesday. So it'll be exciting to see what type of pressure this will be for MF, or if there's no pressure, they just have the confidence and the ego to support that.
Absolutely. What was it? Looks like we'll be waiting a bit, as looks like I believe someone dodged so we could get the ball rolling on the map switching. But in the meantime, let's just go over these playoff implications that this match has tonight. So if MF 2-0, they will clinch playoffs, and their Wednesday game, I believe, will be for fighting for second seed versus KC, I think. So whoever wins that, whoever does better in that game on Wednesday will do better, will get second seed, and will therefore have a bye in playoffs for quarterfinals, I believe. If they won one, it gets a little hairier in terms of what other teams do. I believe the other team in question is PN. If they 2-0, if they won one, it's a lot of numbers. But hopefully, you get a good game regardless.
It's a lot of numbers, but you can guarantee that MF is going to be pulling out all the stops for this match. And with that, we go straight into Agent Select, and we see some insta-locks immediately out of the side of MF.
Oh. Deadlock? Drac? Drac?
We love that. I love that. I love that.
I don't know if I love that. Where's my Frenchman? Oui, baguette. You want to play? Definitely an interesting coming out from the side of MF. You know, Deadlock, not a terrible pick on Blind, I will admit. However, you know, she stink. Anyway, the Cypher, typical, the Gecko, sure, whatever. Brimstone kind of staple in the race as well. On the side of OS, we are seeing a Yoru hover, which I do think is funny and silly, I know. I think TK plays that a fair bit. I feel like I've seen that a lot before, just of course on the Cypher, and perhaps double smokes coming out from the side of OS with Astra Brim. That is a little silly, I think. I don't think I've seen an Astra at all this season.
Yeah, I don't think Astra's definitely one of the least played controllers, at least in Apprentice this season. So it's really interesting to see an Astra coming out in this game. Let's see. Oh, well, I eat my words almost immediately. Brennan looks like he is no longer doing that and is actually switching to Raze, which is an agent that seems to be one that he's played a lot more during the season, and one that makes a lot more sense for OS. For Turisk is playing Deadlock as well. A Deadlock on both teams, it seems, as well
Deadlock
as
v Deadlock.
Yeah.
Molly molly.
Indeed. But it seems like Terra Kid and Randy, or Monkey D. Luffy, are both on initiators, which also makes sense.
You know, almost a little disappointed not to see the double smoke with the Astra, because I do think, you know, as silly as it appears on paper, that maybe could have a little bit of great stall potential just with those Astra pulls, and also, you know, the Brimstone utility. However, we won't get to see it. It's all in our dreams as we load into the map.
Alrighty. So it looks like both Sentinels have set up on B, which is an interesting setup to have, and all three of the other members of MF have headed over to A. As I say that, Drag is actually making her way over to A, so it's actually going to be a 4-stack on A. It looks like they're gamble stacking, but it's going to be the wrong site, as it seems like OS is gearing up for a pistol attack, split through B-Long and Hookah. So it'll just be Coach Searing trying to at least stall the entirety of OS, and majority of MF is going to have to retake this round. Yeah. Steadily taking up space towards B-Long and Hookah. I think the camera at least spots one person, so Searing will at least be alerted. Hookah's been cleared, Lung's been cleared, going through Octagon. It looks like the rotates from MF are coming in slowly but surely. The blind comes in, the smoke comes down, the nade is in as well. Vernon is the first to fall out of Hookah, but the entirety of OS soon follows. But it looks like 1 TP, 2 TPs actually, but Royal gets taken out by Legend almost immediately, and also takes out Ace, who had also TP'd with him in the hopes of a trade. But it looks like the bomb is down for OS, and the retake from MF is already looking kind of shaky on this pistol round. Looks like first contact will be Randy and Covey, but will they be able to take down Legend? No, they will not. He gets his third for the round, although he is half HP. Drisk will manage to get the refrag onto Drag on site. It's all up to Cheerleader. Will she be able to at least get one pick? Will manage to get the trade onto with the Frenzy, but going against all three other members of OS, and with the time running low, it looks like OS elects to at least try to kill Cheerleader, but it looks like she takes a second in the process and will die to bomb. A very solid pistol round for OS.
A very solid pistol round indeed there. Legend X definitely getting the 3 was definitely what OS needed to be able to establish their dominance there and getting the match point there. Cheerleader does get 2, does kind of make sure to die to bomb there, which is definitely what you want to see out of a player. Excited to see what the buy up here is from OS. We are seeing some Marshall plays. We are seeing Drisk with the confident Vandal buy, with all of MF headed towards A site this time. Going into how many people is that? Aki, how many people is that?
Well, I'm not Aki, but that is 4 people on this side of A. Again, leaving Searing alone on B, but, the OS attackers are looking to scale up into this attacked site. Royal is sitting up in there with his shorty in hand, waiting for the aggression, but it does look like the Showers push is going just a bit faster. As the attackers look to take some contact, all of the defenders sort of just chilling backside, waiting for that push out. Drisk dancing around in short, and the call to rotate seems to be being made as maybe that dog spots some people backside on A as they go towards Searing, who still is completely alone on B with not a wire to be seen. He is alone in that tube. A fight for his life in an all-out war against
camera taken out.
Hive of OS as they get into Kuka. He's stunned. Oh. Raises up top and walled off as well. He isn't able to catch anything as Monkey D. Luffy does catch him out. The spike does go down, and it is going to be a 4v5 retake. However, this guy is low on the side of OS, so perhaps an eco kill could be found. MF looking to scale towards elbow, trying to catch something off guard. There is OS's players hiding in Kuka, but Terra Kid getting 2 with the Marshall. It's all up to Royal with his shorty, but is blinded and is unable to get a shot off, and that is a flawless from our attackers.
A flawless from our attackers indeed. I know we mentioned it a bunch with the shorty and a dream there, but that's really what MF had going from them there. It is hard on a bonus round on the behalf of OS to be able to win against that, but they did get a couple picks there, but OS just was able to get the bomb down and be able to play a post plant really, really well with Sky hiding in tube, ready to blind when they needed to. TK holding garden with the Marshall, being able to get the kills that he needed to, with Drag really caught between a rock and a hard place. But going into this round, we've got a couple people headed A.
Now it looks like a much more standard split, but there will be an immediate gunfire. Royal and Ace both getting down Brennan and Legend X, putting MF in a 5v3 situation. Although Royal and Ace are both half HP, they've all got guns, and well, looks like OS is reassessing their situation. Having 2 people die there, especially your Brimstone on Legend. No smokes for this round is actually really going to be tough for OS because they're going to have to hit anything smokeless. Looks like they're slowing down. They're seeing if anyone on MF will give them any space, and not like even an inch maybe, but MF are holding their ground. They say, hey, we've got the trip, hey, we've got the cyber cam, and we've got 3 here. There's no need to peek. They have to peek us. Coach will get a 3rd from OS onto Monkey D. Luffy. Now, MF actually have the bomb in short, or at least OS has not picked it up at all, so I'm not sure if they are aware of this fact, but looks like Terracid is going to wrap back around to at least grab the spike. But a lot of MF are just kind of chilling on site. They say, hey, OS can push us. We've got
30 seconds left.
severe numbers advantage. But it looks like Terracid at least will try and make some noise, if not fully commit to rotating to edge. Oh, or not. Looks like the sensor gets nuked. But looks like OS still want to go for this. But it doesn't work. Searing takes down Terracid and also
left.
the bomb. But all up to Drisk, but with 5 seconds left. This round looks like grabs for MF. Drisk might just elect to save his gun in this case, or might try to get the pick onto maybe Ace, if anything. We'll get the pick onto Ace, but we'll not be able to win the round. MF get their first gun round in.
MF do get their first round in there. Honestly, the peak from Ace and Royal there really coming up huge, getting the 2 picks and backing off, not getting too excited, not pushing that out, really forcing OS to have to go back and try to play together, but to no avail. Drisk able to save his gun that he had gotten from the bonus and headed towards Ace site is OS. We see a couple people headed short, a couple people headed mid, and we see 3 people ready for this.
Royal looking to take some aggression. It does get something for his crimes. He catches out Terror with the util out. Does get flash, but nothing comes of that. Searing looking to take some aggression onto Showers. Royal also rotating. The boombots are fighting each other. Brennan does find Coach Searing, but it is traded out immediately by Royal, which is immediately traded out by Drisk. Congratulations. It is an even game. There is a dog going through looking for Ace, but just quite misses him. It does look like there will be a rotate that is coming out the sky, lurking to see if there's any aggression, and it does catch Ace. This is a 2v3 from, what am I looking for? A bad game from MF. What is it? They've got less numbers. I don't know what I'm looking for. Anyway, OS looking to go out onto the site, just misses that first stun from Drag's util in the round for OS. I lost my words. It's Joe over for me.
It's not Joe over for you, Sandra. We're glad to have you here. But what looked like to be a really good round from MF. I saw Drag in quite the place in Tube there, but OS, very standard site take from them. All 3 always go together. They never go separate, and it just overwhelmed the 2 MF players that were left on site. Another round goes to OS, making it 3-1. It looks like MF is really going to get their act together here to kind of stop this momentum going forward. It's hard to do that when your body is still mixed up.
There'll be some early aggression from OS up B. Now OS has the not the Brim. I'm looking at MF. OS actually have both initiator ults in the sky and the breach. Let's see if they actually do anything with this round. Looks like Drag is going to take first contact to the hookah with the Bucky, but will they? They'll at least get 1. We'll get 2 with the Bucky. We'll then get 3 and the bomb. We'll get a Vandal rifle, a rifle upgrade. But OS, in the span of about 30 seconds, OS have lost complete control of the bomb, and MF has started to crunch through the TP. With the last people in long about to be found out by that Cypher ult, kind of starting to look kind of dicey for them. They are both rotating out, seeing if they can find anything, any sort of leverage together. After all, at the end of the day. But it looks like Cheerleader will just get a beautiful spray down onto both Drisk and Terracid. Will manage to thrifty them, and MF get their second round on the board.
their second round on the board, and we did just say MF had to do something crazy. And what do? They pull out a Bucky and get 3 in hookah. Maybe they should have seen it coming, maybe they didn't, but Drag definitely took their mixed economy and used it for their gain. Everybody now has a bye, leaving poor TK and Drisk caught between a rock and a hard place with their buys, looking grim. MF Cheerleader getting 2, but looking at the side of OS here, they're switching it up. They lost on B, they're headed towards A, and it looks like an early aggression going towards Showers here.
Was doing quite a bit of flip-flopping, opting to go back towards that A. That Sky Flash not quite hitting Searing, but they do know that there is quite a bit of aggression going into Showers. There is the Sky Dog coming through. Royal is in a good position up on top of that box, looking to catch someone off guard. There is 2 members of OS looking for a short escape shot out by the Sky Cam. The Brimble does come through to clear out, as well as the reach ult from Showers, but Royal does catch one for his crimes and then gets team-ulted. Is unfortunately dead by Blossom. OS does get the plant down. It is left up to Drag in a 3v1 scenario. She is going to rotate towards that Heaven area to see if she can catch anyone off guard, but it is looking a bit bleak if you are on the side of MF, as Drag is left completely alone, tries to swing and get Legend next, but gets the kill, and a round for the attackers.
A round for the attackers. To be honest, that was the utter chaos that we know Apprentice to be. Utility being thrown out, one of the most aggressive plays onto A side that we've seen in a while, and Royal really trying to make it up for his team there. Tanking that ultimate, still getting 2, but OS still managing to get the play there. What a round. MF is looking to now have 3 towards B, the mix-up of some sort, and it looks like OS does not have the read there, although it does look like they are starting to default and play for picks.
Now the op, first round the op is coming back up from Royal. He will immediately get the pick, 5 seconds of the round onto Monkey D. Luffy. Looks like he backs up, he says, hey, I got the pick, let's leave. And it looks like he's actually going to rotate all the way to A. Expecting possibly a rotate expecting OS to possibly just be like, hey, I don't want to deal with this op. We just saw it on B, let's go A. But it seems like OS is a little split up. They're saying, hey, we want more info. We need to find out where they're going. But looks like the bomb, at least in Drisk's hands, is going towards A. But Legend does not know he's about to deal with the op again from Royal getting another pick. Looks like OS immediately turn tail. They say, hey, we saw the op again. It's on A this time. Let's leave. And leave they are. They're clumping around. They're in hookah. They say, hey, we think B is at least a little easier to pick. The wall comes out. The only ones here to contest are Drag and Cheerleader. But it looks like they will both get Drisk and Terracid. It's all to burn out on top 2. Will manage to get the kill on the Cheerleader, but Drag will trade beautifully. And MF take their 3rd round.
MF do take their 3rd round. The opening pick of Op Royal, we do see Royal is back and back better than ever with those op kills. Opting to swap sites immediately to try to surprise Legend X and the rest of OS team, making the OS team have to go back to be run on site, but straight into Drag's setup, which seems to be in favor of the OS highly aggressive comp, which seems to be countering them right now, but it doesn't look like it matters on the side of OS because they're headed towards Drag's site.
OS indeed looking to try and overwhelm the B players who both opted to go long to capture that orb. Royal trying to get some aggression, and Drisk is saying, I'm not swinging into you, I know your shenanigans. They are looking to commit onto this B site, and they will possibly run into Drag's util once again. The smokes do come out. OS is on a bit of a scuffed by. They do have 2 sheriffs in the hand of Legend X and Brennan, and then 3 Vandals on the rest of the players, so not a terrible buy, but not a great one either into the face of MF's full buy. Royal did get to rotate over to wait for any long aggression. The Sky Ult does come through, and Brennan is looking to satchel onto site, and Satchel does get stunned by his own reach and picked up by Drag. Royal gets 2 with the shorty, okay, and a quick round, another round for MF, and a flawless. My.
And a flawless indeed. OS is known for their hyper-aggressive comps there, and if you noticed on that defense side on behalf of Royal Drag and MF Cheerleader, the Molly coming out to kind of stop that push out. The breach stunning his own teammate definitely played into the hands of MF, and the shorty going huge there, but you can definitely see that MF is calling the read on OS's early aggression. It's really up to OS to see if they're going to change it up or just continue with what's working for them. 4-4 going into this next round.
Now it looks like Royal's going to take an aggressive off angle on Legend, but Legend will manage to be the better gun against this offer in this case. Will manage to take out that raise. Looks like they're hightailing it up showers. They say, hey, I want control. We've got 4 Vandals on the sheriff. Nothing can go wrong. Renan, activate that gigantic bazooka. Manage to get one, but Shuri managed to trade himself on Renan. Looks like Ace will get yoinked, but holy moly, they got jump strike side, but the spike is down. Drisk will get both Drag and Ace with his ult. It's all up to Cheerleader. She's got her molly, she's got 2 smokes, and she's got her orbital strike. But how much can she really do when it's walled off? It's looking rough. But that wall's about to break, and she might be able to find a good timing if she plays this right. But it looks like she'll see Monkey D. Luffy, but looks like he'll opt to play with his team, go back. Looks like she'll start at least trying to poke around, see if there's anything she can do. But it looks like she's in CT. She says, yeah, there's 3 of them. How viable is this for me? She has made it to site. Will get triggered by the sensor and will get taken down by Monkey D. Luffy. 5th round for OS.
The 5th round for OS. OS really not changing much there, continuing that early aggression, but definitely winning the aim duels. Drisk coming out huge with the ultimate there and a couple of other really great plays, leaving poor MF Cheerleader caught in a grim and a bleak situation with only 13 bullets to her name. And instead of choosing to save the gun, she dies a hero. We will remember her dearly. Going into this next round, we've got 4 of the actually all 5 of the OS members going back to A. I guess what worked, what don't broke, don't fix. So they're headed towards A.
What don't broke, don't fix. Indeed, we are seeing again some showers aggression with 3 of OS members towards long. Searing is looking to get the aggression, but does get punished by Brennan. The orb is collected. They do have the orbital strike. That is the slowest thrash I have ever seen. Ace does get Rip ulted in, what is that? Lamps. Blossom trying to take some aggression backside and does catch off Brennan. It is a 3v4 retake. There is the Brimble on the side of MF if they want to flush out something. 2 of the OS players are pushed towards showers and 2 towards short. Drag does catch out Legendx, who was playing showers. There is one more, but they have no clue. The Brim ult comes through and a race grenade catches out Terror Kid. Royal searching for another, does see Drisk, but doesn't take the shot, waiting for the push through. Drag trying to stick the Drisk catching out Royal, catching out Cheerleader, catching out Drag, the 3K.
The 3K Drisk really coming out when his team needs to on that post-plant scenario. Honestly, I think a lot of us were kind of rooting for that shorty to do something, but that shorty does not work the same way as it does 2 rounds in a row. So looking at this round here, OS is managing to get on top, making it 6-4. The buys now seem to be pretty even, although MF is really struggling on their economy here. They need to win this round, otherwise going into the halftime round, they're not going to have enough money for guns.
Going into the second to last round of the first half, looks like Royal and Drag will attempt to get the long orb. Drag will manage to get it successfully, but Royal is now trapped on the right side of long. Will manage to satchel out, but will get netted. Looks like Legend will but first get the first blood onto Searing over on A. Showers though? And even though there is a lot of aggression on B, the bomb is towards A, which is showing that OS might just go A instead. Showing a lot of aggression, trying to keep MF from rotating too early onto whatever site. But it looks like OS are taking the bomb and they're electing to run all the way through. Renana misses his nade, which is unfortunate, but I believe he still gets the sensor under hookah if I heard the breaking noise correctly. Looks like Drag is playing in tube again with Royal playing off of her in elbow. Looks like OS are gearing up for a B hit, but looks like MF are actually reading into this a bit with Cheerleader possibly in spawn already. It'll be a 4v3 on site. 4v2 if OS are catching up. Tom messes up his satchels, but it's okay because OS, he manages to kill Drake anyway. Looks like the plant is going down on Monkey Luffy. Oh, never mind! Royal gets Driftwood, gets immediately traded by Terra Kid. The bomb finally goes down. Looks like a 2v4 retake, but Monkey D. Luffy and Tube is extremely low.
Launching smoke.
Will MF be able to make anything happen with this round? Anything's possible, but with multiple people watching CT and with elbow covered as well with a late lurk coming in from Bernan, this round is looking less and less likely. Will get blinded and will get cleaned up by Terra Kid. Even after a rough start with some of that util there. Looks like OS get their 7th round.
A rough start with the utility is what OS seems to be known for in this match day, but that does not let them stop them from winning the round. Them being trade demons, being able to trade each other almost instantly with MF, getting some early picks there, but not able to play the post plant as well as they'd anticipated. It did look really great with MF Cheerleader putting out the stimmy with the ace wingman, but it just wasn't enough to stop OS from winning that round.
Indeed, Fugi, Zuto, when you have guns, Royal looking to take the early aggression. It does catch off Brennan, so there are no satchels anymore for the side of OS, popping the ult to try and catch someone else, and does catch out the Brimstone, trying to get another, but gets traded by Drisk. It is a 4v3 in favor of MF. They are still possibly looking to push this site. Monkey D. Luffy trying to maybe trigger those sort of deadlock thingies, sound sensors, thank you, by doing a little bit of jumping, but now the round slows down, a little bit of chilling in Hookah trying to catch any aggression, but looks like the defenders are trying to play off their contact. Just kidding, Drag is being brave and getting spammed for her crimes. With that bit of aggression, they are looking to rotate towards A, and it does look like maybe they have the correct read as MF starts to rotate off, but I believe maybe those feetsies were here, or it was called, as Cheerleader does return to the A site. The dog does clear through lamps.
30 seconds
Drift
left.
is gooped on, but Cheerleader unfortunately doesn't get anything off of the swing, gets stunned out. Drags ult doesn't quite connect. Ace trying to search through something for lamps, but unfortunately doesn't get anything. The counter deadlock ult does come through and does catch Coach Searing. Drag left alone, and Coach Searing will be eaten. And that is the end of the half. OS up 8-4.
OS up 8-4. I don't think I've ever heard Deadlock Utility be called eaten upon, but we're here for it, okay? It's 2024. So going into that round, what a round for Drisk. Definitely a great round. Royal really had the round in his favor, but he could definitely got greedy there. Definitely going for as many kills as possible, which is great to a T, but it did leave his team in a little bit of a rough spot. So going into this half here, it'll be interesting to see with the swap out to see if MF is able to use attack in their favor, or if OS's defense strategy is going to be able to pull them out on top. Going into the half, 8-4. Most of the players headed towards B side into a Lonely Breach player.
Now it looks like the only one going to receive this aggression is Terra Kid, who will get immediately taken down by Royal. Looks like that will be the catalyst in speeding up that B hit. Looks like Royal and Dragon Hookah, as well as the others in long, are going to start speeding up the site, making sure to nade correctly for that sensor. But it looks like almost every single person on OS has rotated to backside already, so it's going to be a 3v4 actually, since... Oh, wait! But looks like MF have actually kind of smelled it out with Royal taking down Legend as well. Monkey D. Luffy about to run straight into Royal's crosshair for him to get a third. Looks like the rest of MF had capitalized on the chaos and have managed to get the bomb down on A. With Drisk hiding in the smoke, look like both players are hiding in the smoke from OS, but with the Gecko Molly, he's going to have to relocate, and he's so low because of that Gecko Molly. He is faced with the entirety of MF, and unfortunately can do nothing about it. Pistol round goes in the favor of MF.
That's definitely not a typical pistol round with all the players sitting to going between A, B, A, P, but that lack of decisiveness on behalf of MF actually ended up working in their favor. They were able to play corners that OS was not checking. have early aggression like TK had, where they were able to just pick him off one by one, picking off for those one fights instead of those trade kills that OS has been able to get in the rest of the game. It looks like Royal going straight for that Phantom buy and that Vandal buy, so it'll be a big buy here for MF. This is an important round.
An important round indeed, and a big buy as well. It looks like Kiko is kissing someone over in that corner. There is looking like to be some aggression towards A, and it looks like OS might be reading it as that is their more stacked site, looking to see if they can catch anything on that box. Legendix looking, perhaps he had gotten spammed out a little bit, but no, that Roomba comes through trying to clear anything, does spot someone, so they are a bit wary to push through that smoke, maybe afraid of any shorty action that might be coming through. Slowed down a little bit as some of the attackers now move towards shower, maybe perhaps to try and get that orb and then commit onto site. There is a lone raise sitting in that corner, perhaps trying to catch someone off guard as the attackers stall a little bit, wait for their util to come back. Look at Luffy almost getting caught out. Brennan does get stunned, but almost gets the timing. Unfortunately, not quite. It is now a 2v5 retake. However, Ace is a bit low. It is possible for perhaps one eco kill to come through if they're able to get the timing on it. The flash does come through. Unfortunately, doesn't connect with anybody. Ace gets one and Royal gets the other, and that is another flawless. Was they one before flawless? I think it was.
Another flawless for MF on the side of MF here. OS definitely had the cross there, but just the amount of utility that was poured onto A site was no match for OS there, especially because MF had done the Phantom and the Vandal buy, going a little risky, making this buy a little bit easier for MF. Yes, OS is full buy here, but MF almost has half of their players with the full buy, so it'll be interesting seeing as many of the players on MF are headed towards B, and TK, once again, on his own, unless someone comes to save him. Looks like someone is, but majority of the players headed towards B here.
Looks like a lot of the time OS is just leaving Derek to defend for himself on B. Looks like this time he's got Brennan to back him up, but this has been a pattern in a few other rounds as well. It's a little interesting to see, actually. Usually you don't leave an initiator alone on site, I feel. Looks like Roller will try to get that nade and the possible sound sensor. The blind will come out. Looks like the hit will try and come in, but Terra Kid will manage to get the first kill onto Drag. But it looks like Wingman with the bomb, as well as Brennan to the sky. Terra Kid will fly swat him out of the air, but Ace will manage to get another train to risk. But doesn't matter. Coach Suri gets Legend, and then Terra Kid gets the third on the Ace, then the fourth on the Cheerleader. He's on for an ace if he plays his cards right. All up to Searing in hookah, and I think they know exactly where he is. It's going to be tough. And that bird might seal the deal. Gets an ace! Terra Kid from Ace cleans up the entirety of MF. Yep, the defuse comes in from him as well, leaving a 1 off of his Rolling Thunder. And wow, a 9th round for OS in quite spectacular fashion.
Wow, a 9th round for OS. TK can definitely be proud of the plays that he had there with that ace. Getting one, as you said, away from ult here. MF in not as many shambles as we might think, economy-wise, but they're definitely trying to figure out what to do here. Now that OS has a buy, has the guns, they've got some kind of confidence to them, and TK, I'm sure, will use that confidence to try to build momentum in his favor, but MF can't let that early confidence stop them from being able to take site here. Headed towards A site.
No, TK did prove it for himself, kind of leaving him alone towards that B side, but Brennan does come to bail him out. It doesn't matter at all, though, as MF are committing heavily onto this A side. Legend trying to take a battle with Royal, but unfortunately unable to. Does get traded out by the Sky. Ace able to catch and Drag getting another. It is now all up to our Acer of last round, but unfortunately, that was like 30 seconds. My goodness. Ace catches out Terra Kid. It is over.
Oh my goodness. Sorry, I'm just in shambles. I am in shambles. MF coming. What? I have nothing to say other than this game is pulling out all the stops. MF really needing that round. Definitely using it. Look at this economy, though. MF really throwing all of the money that they have into this buy, into this round. OS doesn't know it, but this could be a big round for them.
Yeah, it looks like a very standard OS defense. Looks like MF are actually trying to do a split push, make some noise on A, make some noise on B, see where they can find themselves. Looks like the Roomba's gonna come through hookah. Terrakin's gonna find several in there, will get head dinged for his crimes, but will find that... Whoa, okay. There will be a concuss through hookah. Looks like there will be also the graph net through backside. Looks like Drisk, however, is fighting his own war through showers. Looks like a graph net will also be use the wall of the smokes. We'll hear one try and get themselves out of that graph net, but I think MF are gearing towards a B hit, and I'm not sure how ready OS is going to be for that, just based on how much noise they've made in showers. Looks like the rest of MF, in Searing and Blossom are going to back up, but it looks like the reach out is going to be invested from Terra here. We'll manage to get one with Brennan being able to clear out the direct. We'll get one, but get immediately again traded. But looks like Legend had TP. Looks like Ace is in there as well. But we'll get wallbang through the TP door by Legend. Oh, it's a Searing. We'll manage to get one, but it's extremely low. We'll use his Neural Theft in order to find where the rest of OS is, but he is at 33 HP. How much can he really do with this round? It would take a miracle for him to win this. Looks like Driscoll spotted him in hookah. Looks like the heal will come through as well, so everyone on OS will be full HP. We'll get fully blinded by the breach. We'll get fully blinded again. And unfortunately, there was no miracle to save Searing that round. OS will take up their 10th.
OS takes up their 10th. MF really letting OS run with it there. A big round and a big loss for them. Surely they don't let that get to them, though. The TK ultimate really played well into their hands. Coach Searing was able to get one, but I was very shocked to see that Neural Theft hop off. Maybe just trying to see if he had that opportunity in that chance. But going into this round, we do see full buys, and we do see most of MF once again headed towards B. Really aggressive towards it seems.
Definitely be favoring at this point in time. You know, they're not afraid of Terror Kid despite all of the impact that he's had in these past few rounds. The Raze ult immediately coming through. Royal maybe messing up those satchels just a little bit, but Coach Searing does find Terror Kid. Brennan is all alone in that elbow, but he is walled off based on Drag's wall. Gecko does get the plant down. Thank you, Wingman, as the rest of the defenders start to rotate over. Brennan, you know, backed up from his elbow position, sort of waiting for his team to come in. All those flashes from the Sky utility and perhaps the net from Drisk. No flashes coming out as Searing does catch out the Sky from Hookah. Wait and see if the defenders are able to do anything. Legend is able to catch out Royal as well as Drag, but that Brimstone lineup is going to be landing sometime soon. Ace is able to get Brennan as well as Drisk. Legend with the 4K, unfortunately. The Brimstone lineups stalling the bomb.
Stalling the bomb indeed, and you could tell that Legend X was thirsty for that ace, but just coming out short with the spike implosion there. MF getting one more on the board, 10-8 on behalf of OS, but MF able to get that round. We did see Ace getting a couple of key and clutch impact kills, but not able to stay alive at the very last second here. We do see the Brim ultimate online, and this is probably one of my favorite plays to do, and it looks like Legend X is none the wiser, maybe about to tank this Brim ultimate.
Oh yeah!
Wow, looks like everyone. Yeah, look at the graph net, look at that ult. Legend just got cooked by that orbital strike from Cheerleader. But that early pick gives MF the entirety of Ace sight, but little do they know that Monkey D. Luffy with this silly little classic. Never mind, gets cleaned up by Coach Searing, late rotating through showers. The rest of OS scrambling to at least try and find a pick, but it doesn't work as Ace finds a pick onto Drisk, who only had A sharp. Looks like it's all up to Terrakin and Brennan, with a classic and a Marshall respectively, but it's already looking grim. Royal will manage to get Terrakin, but we'll get immediately traded by Brennan, and then we'll get immediately traded by Searing. Wow, that was a really fast round.
Wow, a really fast round indeed. They knew that the buy on behalf of OS was really weak, and so they just decided to go straight and throw everything that they had at OS, and 4 people on MF managed to stay alive, and hopefully that did help a little bit with their economy there. We do see OS going for their full buy again, but it is 10-9. MF is clinching in these important rounds and using this momentum in their favor here. OS really needs to get their act together on defense, as it looks like MF has gotten more rounds on attack than they did.
MF definitely the run it down demons. They are looking to just absolutely push into this site. Legend X is able to catch out Royal, but is immediately traded out by Drag. Brennan is trying to get that showers aggression and does catch off Searing. They are in the man advantage as of right now. The Sky Ult is coming through, followed by the dog, just to try and scope out where the attackers are. Brennan is still lurking in showers, so they do have that open. They know that they have to be short or they have to be limp, so they know exactly where these attackers are. The Raze ult does come through and it does catch Drag. However, there is some damage done to Brennan in return. The defuse is getting out. Ace is able to catch Terror Kid, but is immediately traded. The bomb isn't being stuck. However, the Molly is able to catch Deadlock. Deadlock.
I love how we all just stopped and immediately was like, deadlock. But no, the reality is MF Cheeler had the Molly lineup, but it just was not enough in the face of Drisk's ultimate there. We did see a really good retake there on behalf of OS Brennan, getting that ultimate kill. You never know with Raze ult these days if it's going to land. I mean, I'd wager a good 35% win rate, but it was a very good round on behalf of OS there, making it 11-9. We do see full buys on behalf of both teams here, but honestly, this is going to be the round of all rounds, really. OS, step it up. MF, step it up. Let's see what happens, but most of them have headed towards A-side here.
Now it looks like MF are just stampeding through short. Royal with his glowing champion's gun. They're going for almost an immediate plant with Wingman. Legend will manage to get the first kill onto Drag, but will get immediately traded by Ace. And Drisk will manage to get another frag onto Searing. Looks like MF more or less suddenly have the site, but as I say, I eat my words. Brennan gets a kill into Cheerleader. We'll get, wait, what? Okay, looks like the run has stabilized just a little bit. Looks like the defuse is already coming in from Monkey D. Luffy though. Ace will manage to get the diffuser off the bomb, but it's all up to him now as Royal gets killed in U-Haul, and Bernard will clean him up in the process. Looks like MF, wait no, not MF. Looks like OS, flawless retake almost, with the exception of Legend X. Get their 12th round.
But they get their 12th round, leading them into match point here with, if I'm correct, MF really in shambles economy-wise. They're really forcing out these guns here, and many people having to go half shields. That round was just push, 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 and immediately OS was ready for that take. They were ready for MF. I can see the rhythm of MF coming through, and OS is just ready to take it. But looking at this round here, we see the MF players kind of looking to default. Nope, most of the players headed towards B and headed towards TK and Drisk.
Headed towards B, headed towards B to push the Ace Demon, as well as, who else is over there? I can't see. They're stacked up. It is Drisk as well, as I think Queenie said, but I wasn't listening. MF pushing up long, pushing up Hookah, trying to catch any aggression. Searing is on the lurk towards A, unfortunately not getting caught out by showers this time. They are completely pushed up onto that long, trying to search for any peekers, but they're not. Terror Kid just holding out that stun, trying to get the attackers. Drisk is able to catch out Drag, and Legend X catches out Searing on the lurk again. This is not looking good for a match point on the side of MF. There is the Brim all coming through, trying to fry someone. MF Cheerleader is able to catch out Drisk, and the TP does come through, so they are rotating towards that A side, but Legend X is still there. Are they aware that this Brimstone has stayed on this site? It looks like they might be searching, perhaps, as the Thrash does come through, but it doesn't look to clear Legend. Luffy is able to catch out Cheerleader. Is left up to Ace and Royal is able to find out that Brimstone lurking alone.
Spike sticking. Thanks,
Ace getting shot through triple, and Royal hiding short. The Sky Flash does come through. The Breach Flash also allows
Player standing.
Sackles to try and relocate. Is able to catch out Brennan, but that nade catches Royal, and that is our game.
And that
13-9.
is our game, 13-9. This
Defenders
map,
win.
Blind, going
Time to go
towards
home.
OS
Break these
Prophetic
thumbs off my
Paninis
boots.
here. Wow, what a last round, too, to be able to end off that game there. You can definitely tell that MF gave OS a run for their money, and we'll see if this information pays off on map 2. Aki Sonder, before we go into our 5-minute break here, what's the next map? Tell me a little bit of more information.
Map is Icebox, and I believe if I remember correctly, OS will be starting on defense this time around. Personally, okay, I think Sandra said this before as well. I don't like Icebox. I think Icebox is pretty not good, to put it lightly. But I am really excited to see what they pull out here. I will say MF almost had the comeback of a lifetime on that second half. It was 8-4 at the half, I believe, and like they kind of picked it up for a few rounds there. I was kind of hoping my way through a few of those rounds, but
No,
looks
they
like
definitely
OS.
did. And
Yeah.
looking at the scoreboard as well, MF Royal taking out the match MVP there over Legend X and OS Brennan there. But you could tell that OS just worked together as a team, and then they came out on top. Going into this, does anyone have anything else to say before we sign off?
Icebox stinks, but I'm sure the game will be fun regardless.
And it'll probably have some crazy agent selects. We did see a deadlock feed deadlock action, so I'm looking forward to seeing that. And we'll see you all after the 5-minute break.
Goodbye.
Bye bye.
Heavy up is a warning,